anyway for the past 2 years. We're going to keep that 40 cent, and we're going to keep the 60 cent we promised you. And we'll figure it out later on down the line. Look at that. Look at Peyton Manning, who had, never missed a start. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not no fan of Peyton Manning, Mr. Nuts and Asshole, across people's faces. I'm not a fan of Peyton Manning, but goddamn it, I got to make a point, and this is how I'm going to make the point. Peyton Manning, who was supposed to be, quote unquote, a lifelong Indianapolis Colts player, right, for his career, you think. Brought them their first title in X amount of years. I don't have it in front of me, so I can't do the. You do the math. Breaking all the records and all this other type of stuff. Peyton Manning never missed a game until he had to get the neck surgery, and ended up missing the whole season. And by missing this whole season, they just so happened to stumble across the number 1 pick in the draft, who just so happens to be Andrew Luck. Peyton, gotta go. See you when I see you. I had told Craig and them I was gonna kick it with them. Gotta go. See you when I see you. You feel me? So when the organization does that to the player, we're not as upset as we are when the player does to the organization. And that's all I'm trying to say here, okay? Speaking of which, David West got signed to Golden State, 1 year veteran minimum, $1.55 million, $550,000. $1,555,000, veterans minimum. Same deal damn near he took last year with the Spurs. They also signed Zaza Pachulia to a 1 year, $2.9 million contract. Now, Zaza Pachulia is not a rim protector. He actually, I think he finished like 173rd in blocks last season. 173rd. And if you look at it, 173rd. You can say, even if you say there are 3 centers on every team, 30 teams in the league, that's 90 centers. And you ranked 173rd in the league on blocks. All right, so they don't have a rim protector, but they signed David West. They get some toughness. You know what I'm saying? They get some toughness down there, and they get another person who set picks in the pick and roll. And reportedly, they're also looking at Ray Allen and Jermaine O'Neal. Neither of the two have played ball the past 2 seasons, but they can sign for the league minimum. Jermaine O'Neal's a big body, take fouls, put your hands up, try to defend. Ray Allen, stand in the corner and shoot the ball when we get it to you. Okay. But, be serious. Can we blame Kevin Durant more? Hater Detective says, I think Duncan and Garnett are the only active from the 1996 draft. Ray Allen as well, but he is not retired yet. Correct. But you cook with the microwave. And like I was saying, can we blame Kevin Durant more than we can blame Clayton Bennett for not spending that luxury tax money on damn James Harden? Look at these things now going on. Let's just say, hypothetically, let's say Kevin Durant was not on board with them trading James. Well, we know none of them was on board with them trading James Harden. And then let's just also say Kevin Durant was not on board with them trading away Serge Ibaka. So you traded away James Harden. And let's be honest. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be real. It's almost safe to say that had they kept James Harden, considering what he became, it would have been a big 4. Now Ibaka would have been the least of the, of the pack. But from his defense and shot blocking and mid-range jumper at that point in time, it was you would have been able to call it a legitimate big 4. And Marcellus Wiley had pointed this out on his show. Shout out to Marcellus. He had pointed out, he was like, look, man, with the way this cap is going up, the NBA is going to shift from doing the big 3 to big 4. And lo and behold, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Same team. Grego said, I just watched Thunderstruck. Hater Detective said that movie is no good anymore. I want LeBron on Space Jam 2. He should be. All right. Grego says, in that draft that I asked him about, in order, Number 1, I asked him top 5 draft picks. I think it was a 1996 draft, something like that. Number 1 was 93, 96. I think it was 90. I think I said 96. Anyway, number 1 was Chris Webber. Number 2 was Sean Bradley. Number 3, Penny Hardaway. Number 4, Jamal Mashburn. Number 5, Isaiah J.R. Ryder. Appreciate that, Grego. You know what I'm saying? On the job as always, you know. Even though you show up to work late, you know, we all on that CPT, so I can't, I can't get you for that. All right. Hater Detective said Toronto, New Jersey, Phoenix. I think he's talking about Dallas and Memphis, talking about the teams Vince Carter played for. So, Toronto has not won a championship. New Jersey hasn't. Neither has Phoenix. Dallas, he wasn't on. And Memphis, Vince Carter, no, Willie does not have a ring. Okay. 334 say yes, he did win the glove one in Miami. So the glove was there. All right. Oh, shit. He fucking old as dust. Grego says Raptor. Same thing he just said. Hater says, I meant Charles did not win. I didn't want to make another space. Got you. 334 says Antoine Walker was on that team too. I think he's talking about the Heat team. Antoine Walker has got to be like, Antoine Walker to me, minus, the hops and everything, Antoine Walker was like the second coming to Sean Kemp. When he came out, y'all remember when they had on NBA Live, he was on the cover and they called it Cybertwan. He make all them little herky jerky moves. You know what I'm saying? Put the ball. Antoine Walker was a beast for a minute. Then all of a sudden, that man, I can't say he fell off a cliff. He got kicked off that motherfucker. He got kicked. Okay. Let me try to catch up to some of y'all chat, man. I'm so far behind on Spreaker.com. And you're cooking with the microwave on SME. I'm up in here giving y'all the show with my itchy trope. My itchy trope, but I'm still here for y'all. The show don't stop. One trope don't stop. Pause. I'm not even going to finish that. All right, so back to the back twos. Oh. Well, the Cavs are expected to meet with Dwayne Wade. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think it's leverage? We'll get back to KD talk a little bit later. We got to move along a little bit. Do y'all think Dwayne Wade meeting with the Cavs is leverage, or do y'all think it's a real chance that he's going to sign with them? Let me know what y'all feel in the chat room. I think it's both. I think it's partially leverage and partial real chance that he will go. Now, if he does decide to sign, with Cleveland, either Dan Gilbert will pay an exorbitant amount of dollars in luxury tax next year, or they're going to have to dump some contracts, and Wade is going to have to take a haircut, and LeBron's going to have to take a haircut. But LeBron made it clear, I think it was his last year in Miami or the year that he left or whatever, from now on he wants the max. Point blank period. So, Boris Diaw was traded to Utah because Pau Gasol will sign with the Spurs, and they had to make room for him. So Boris Diaw was traded to Phoenix for the rights to the second-round pick Olivier Hanlaw. Now, I read this story on Boris Diaw, and I actually liked it. It was a whole bunch of stuff they're talking about, like his 5 most memorable moments from being in San Antonio. Now, as all y'all know, Boris Diaw, when he played in Phoenix, he had weight problems, and they were saying, he was a chunky monkey, nasty monkey, and San Antonio did stuff like they added in his contract, like if he stayed under a certain, I think this is per year, if he stayed under a certain weight mark, that he would get $500,000. And he stayed under the weight mark. But anyway, this story that I'm reading, go to score.com, and this was in Phoenix, who drafted him. Pre-draft workout, Boris Diaw walks into the pre-draft workout. Excuse me, y'all. So Boris Diaw walks into the pre-draft workout wearing flip-flops, and a cappuccino in his hand. Okay? I said, okay. You cook with the microwave. And a cappuccino in his hand. So apparently they were testing verticals on this particular day. They were testing vertical jumps. Boris Diaw asked them who held the record. And at that point in time, it was Amari Stoudemire who had cleared the entire rack. Diaw put down his cappuccino, kicked off his flip-flops, and barefooted cleared the whole rack. And then he walked away sipping like what's your boy name? Like Kermit the Frog be sipping that tea. Walked away, sipping his cappuccino, and then paused just to say that wasn't difficult. One hell of a story right there. Ooh. My throat. No, we gonna have to take a break. We had to take a break up and down. We got to replenish the replenishments. Anyway, so moving along, that's Boris Diaw news. I thought that was an interesting story. The Wizards and Jason Smith, who was a free agent center who played for Orlando last year, he played 76 games in Orlando, averaged 7.2 points, 2.9 rebounds, 0.9 blocks in 15 and a half minutes. He signs a 3-year, $16 million deal with Washington. Jan Mahimi also signs with Washington, 4 years, $64 million. If you look at the way this thing is going right now, what the league is doing is, look, and this is what I'm trying to say. First and foremost, every team has to spend at least $85 million. If you don't spend the minimum of the salary cap, then the rest of that money goes to your existing players. So can you imagine you got a player on a rookie wage who can only make but so much? So let's say hypothetically speaking, let's say you're Minnesota, right? You're Minnesota and you can't spend $85 million because all your guys are too young. You can't get the money to Karl Anthony Towns. Rubio, I don't know how long he's been in the league now, but he's a bum. You can't get the money to Andrew Wiggins because they're still under their rookie deals. But all the other players on their teams who aren't under rookie deals will have to get the money. So you can have a player like, I don't even know too much about the Timberwolves. But let's say if it was the Lakers, you'd have a player like, the hell, all of them young. Ain't this a bitch. If it was the Lakers, you'd have a player like Nick Young. I got a story about Nick Young later too, if I get to it. You have a player like Nick Young getting extra money because his team couldn't afford or they couldn't reach the minimum of the salary cap. So they got to get the rest of that money. The difference, let's say salary cap, you got to spend $85 million and you only get to $77 million. The rest of that money, the other $8 million has to go to players you already have. So you're going to be giving extra money to a guy who you probably didn't want to keep in the first goddamn place. Or to or to a guy you already, it's just extra money. Anyway, so all these teams have to spend $85 million. So you're going to see these guys out here signing for dollars that you're like, whoa. And what has become prevalent this year, so I can say, is big men who can block shots and rebound, not even score. We saw Dwight get 70.5 for 3. Bismack Biyombo signed 4 for 64. Jan Mahimi, who played for the Pacers last season. Jan Mahimi, 4 years, $64 million. Now, I ain't mad at these players for getting their money. You in the streets play, get your mail. Only 2 ways to go, either dead or in jail. But at the same time, it's like this, man. If the market dictated, then it dictates that. I can't blame I can't blame Jan Mahimi because at this particular time, when teams got to spend $85 million, they're willing to give somebody who doesn't score, who just blocks and rebounds, a $64 million contract for 4 years. I can't blame him. Was that $16 million a year? That's $16 million a year. And like I said, man, a lot of people are getting on the whole Timothy Mozgov thing with the Lakers getting $64 million. It's $16 million a year, man. It's $16 million. Okay? It's $16 million. So what? It's not that much money, especially with the cap going to jump up like another 15 to 20 million estimated, which probably means it may be a little bit more. The cap's going to jump up another 15 to 20 million next year. So that 16 million that they're giving Mozgov right now